Hey guys, it's Dwayne Huff from Band Leadership Seminars, and happy 2017. Well, once again, marching band season has come and gone. Now we're in concert season, jazz band season, and you're going to be going to festivals and all those good things. So welcome to 2017. I hope you had an extraordinary marching band season. And I want to talk to you about another season that you're in right now. As someone who was a student leader in your marching band, or somebody who aspires to be that in the coming year, because you're in a season right now of connection. It's a foundation for leadership and influence. There are certain members in your band that you know, love, trust, connect with, understand, get, hang out with. But then there's some people in your band, depending on how big your band is, there's some people you avoid. There's some people you don't get. There's some people that make you uncomfortable. There's some people who don't get you. And then there's some people that you wish that you could make the connection with. There's all types of people in your band, as you come to see. But if you're going to continue your leadership journey, or if you aspire towards leadership, it's so important that at this time, be it January, February, March, whenever you're watching this, to be intentional about building relationships and making those connections. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to be intentional about connecting with those in your band that maybe you haven't yet, how to be genuine and authentic in doing it, and how to leverage it to leverage your leadership. So in order to do this, we're going to talk about three things. Number one, we're going to talk about how people connect. Number two, we're going to talk about where people connect. And number three, we're going to talk about the most important thing you can do as a leader to build trust and relationship with the people you connect with. So let's get started with number one, which is how people connect. Now, if you haven't seen my video on the behavioral styles teach, there's a link right here. Go to it and check it out. It's a real quick video, but it's a lot of fun and entertainment. But the bottom line here is that you have four different personalities, if you will. The first one is dominant, the second one is influential, the third is analytical, and the fourth is amiable. Or I think in that video I talk about the doer, the talker, the thinker, and the guardian, and I give some fun representations. The reasons it's so important to understand how they're wired and how they tick and how they behave is because one of the biggest sources of conflict that we face as leaders is misreading people. I mean, think about the person in your band who hangs out in the corner, doesn't talk to anybody. Do you perceive that person as being shy or being conceited? You know, and think about the person who's always talking, no matter what's going on. Do you see them as obnoxious and rude, or do you see them as ADHD? How about the person who just walks in the band room and says, okay, look, here's what we need to go, 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 go. Do you see them as pushy, or do you see them as focused? And how about the person that's always asking questions? No matter how you answer any given question, how much information you give them, they're always going to ask more questions. And if you ask them a question, they don't give you an immediate answer. They look at you and they go, you're like, oh my goodness, can you just answer? It makes you impatient. These are the things that you need to understand as a student leader, because you're going to be dealing with all different types of people. So go ahead and watch that video below. The second thing we need to talk about is where people connect. Now, I don't mean in the hallways, in the band room, over pizza. That's not what I mean. The pizza is good and you should have it often, right? But where people connect. Biology, science has proven to us basically that we have three parts of our brain. There's the base of the brain down here that was formed first, called the reptilian or the lizard brain, if you will. Yeah, I know, right? The lizard brain or the reptilian brain, it's responsible for all of our fight or flight mechanisms. If you get threatened or if there's danger, there's fight or flight, and there's chemicals going on in the brain that help you make that decision. Do I fight, do I flight, or do I flee? And if you put your thumb here over the center and represent the middle of your brain here, it's dead center. It's called the limbic system, and it's the emotional center of the brain. It's the reason you hear a great piece of music and you just resonate it with it immediately, or bad music and turn it off, right? It's an emotional thing. And then you have the other part of the brain, which is the new part of the brain. It's the cerebral cortex, and it's responsible for all the analytics or the detail or the logic of how you pull things together. But that limbic brain doesn't understand reason. It doesn't understand logic. It doesn't understand numbers or facts or even words. All it understands is how you feel. And so when you make a connection with people, it's one of two ways. They either resonate with you and they're like, I don't know why, but I dig this person. I like this person. Or if you don't resonate with them, they're like, I don't know what it is. I just don't like that person, right? Have you ever been there? And so we have to realize that by taking the first thing about how people are wired and how they behave, and we meet them where they are on their terms rather than waiting on them to meet us, we automatically activate that emotional response. Even if we've had a bad emotional response in the past, we can turn it into a good by simply connecting with them on their terms. So take that and take advantage of that to build those relationships and build a trusting, honest relationship. And the third thing is, what is the most important thing that you can do? Once you've connected with the person on their terms and you have that emotional connection on some level, and I don't mean all warm and fuzzy emotional, I just mean they get you, they understand you, and they want to be in your presence more. The most important thing you can do is take the ball of conversation. Imagine there's a ball of conversation that you're passing back and forth, right? What you need to do is take that ball of conversation and give it to them and let them talk and let them express. And ask them questions that allow them to have the floor to continue to talk, and don't take that ball back from them. And if they give it to you, be kind and be nice and share a little bit, but give it right back to them. Good leaders, good influencers, some of the best in the world are great conversationalists. And great conversationalists have quality conversations because they take the ball of conversation, give it to them, but they also take their agenda, their ulterior motives, their hidden agenda, and they set it aside. And they realize the person in front of them is far more important than anything else at that moment. There's an old saying that says, people will never remember what you told them or what you said, but they will always remember how you make them feel. And now science has proven that it's the limbic system, it's the center of the brain that they connect with. So go out and connect with people on their terms, build that bond, that connection, and that trust. Listen to them, give them the ball of conversation, and you'll set the foundation for an extraordinary year of student leadership. Until we talk again, remember, you can inspire superior performance. You've just got to be willing to make the connection, have genuine influence, and value and serve the people in front of you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.